I live in Douglas County, Colorado, and it's time to talk about the school board elections. This is going to be a two-part video. Someone in my community reached out to me last summer and brought up the fact that our school board was thinking of getting rid of Title IX protections in the district. And that got my attention because of this. Ending Title IX protections for pregnant and lactating students and trans students was in Project 2025. And our school board did this the summer before Trump won the presidential election. Now call me crazy, woke, or whatever, but I think discriminating against students is unconstitutional and wrong. But the nonsense didn't stop there. After that, we had to advocate for an AP African American Studies class to be approved by the board. It took them an entire month to decide if they'd approve the class, and only after a lot of pressure from members of the community. And then there was the time that board director Christy Williams did a personal political favor for her friend Ellie Reynolds and allowed her to bypass the board's typical charter school approval process for John Adams Academy, of which Ellie Reynolds is also a board member, and go directly to CSI. But wait, there's more. Then there was the time when Becky Myers, a board member, brought her political group, Grandparents for Kids, into a classroom and read a book about Christian nationalism to students without parents' knowledge and permission, violating the separation of church and state and Colorado state constitution. The Freedom from Religion Foundation got involved and sent a legal letter to the district, and that put a stop to that. And as if that wasn't enough, the board recently decided that they would make the Healthy Kids for Colorado survey opt-in rather than opt-out. It's an anonymous survey that collects data about students and asks questions about things students experience in the district at school. Some parents were upset that students were being asked anonymously whether they'd ever had a non-consensual encounter and what their gender is, and if they'd ever experienced bullying before in the district. These questions help the state decide where to allocate funding for students in need, whether that be therapy services, educational assistance, etc. And not asking the questions allows the district to pretend like nothing is wrong and therefore not provide support to students who need help. Now, over the last year and a half, I have asked this board specifically, repeatedly, whether they care about all students or just some students in the district. I want my sons to go to a school where the Board of Education members actually care about all of the students in the district, regardless of race, sexual orientation, gender identity, ethnicity, religion, income, etc. And I think expecting that is the absolute bare minimum, because it's about students and their education, not political games.